All right, YouTubers, this video is going to be all over the place. First, we're starting with some food, then some stuff in the UP, and then we're going to get to Ohio, but it'll all make sense, maybe. Come on. Come here, Vin. Come on. Come on. Come on, Vin. See, you walk normal. You walk normal without the cowboy suit on. Yeah, but you try to take all your fur out. It's tough watching him pull his fur, so this is what I did. Yep, put him in what I call a cowboy suit, and we left Michigan to come down to Ohio to get me ready to move, and it's been a while and a lot of work. The one-eared diabetic goofball is getting old, and it seems like no matter where he is, he just does a lot of sleeping now, and look, another awesome sandwich. What'd you say, voice? Oh my who? Effing? She used the word when she bit into that. Popeyes! You see why they were killing people over these sandwiches not that long ago. You could take a second bite. I won't tell.
Thank you.
Other than it's going to be documented for YouTube. Try to go here.
Holy crap.
Find a place to... Should I just let you out right there, shouldn't I?
Oh my god, it's so good. That should be illegal. Ooh, I just got a spicy kick.
I know. I'm going to turn around and drop you off at the front. She's going into Walmart. I'm going to eat the rest of that sandwich. I'm telling you, we're going to be 1,000% honest with you. I don't know how any of you people bother with that crap they call Chick-fil-A. That is nothing. Popeyes. All right, YouTubers, she's going to be mad. She's been trying to cook bread in the new wave because it is the year of sourdough. Don't get me started.
Nope.
Cook for 2 hours and 5 minutes because you're not really meant to make bread in these. And it was doing great until the end. And it got a little...
You're humiliating me.
I am not humiliating you. You are a sourdough rock star. I don't think anybody could have done this well. And that's not that burnt. It's really not. I wouldn't even call that burnt. I mean, that little spot there, I'll eat that. That little spot looks... But that's not that bad. Part of it still looks all nice. Well, you know, you give yourself a couple hours, you can make a loaf of bread. And a new wave oven. Sourdough. All right, YouTubers, don't judge my house. What'd you make there, voice? In a new wave oven.
It's an embarrassing loaf of cinnamon bread.
Cinnamon bread? All right. I'm not against it. Looks good. Let's look at this down here.
Don't show that part. Don't show that part.
Let's taste it. Hold on. I don't know if that was recording, but that's pretty good. That's not bad. For 2 hours. You cooked it for 2 hours. So, yes, technically, you can cook bread in the new wave oven.
I don't recommend it.
It's not recommended. She said she made it even better. That's a lot. That'll fix everything. We're at John Bryant State Park. Been busy. So now we're going to be unbusy. Wonder if they got the water on. They do. The water is on. Isn't that nice? That nice. All right. I don't know if we're going to go down that way or we're going to go down the road and go that way. We shall see. The voice will tell us. We will know. Either way, I don't really feel a need to show you a lot. It's just like, you know, we do stuff. And then we don't have to film everything all the time. Yeah. All right. I brought it. Still not going to show you color very well because it's overcast again. And things are budding here. Ask the dog, he'll tell you. We had to take the dog to the emergency vet at 2 o'clock in the morning because he had spent about 4 hours unable to stop scratching and biting, and the poor dude was in trouble.
He was panting.
Yeah, he was having a rough day. They gave him a shot. Within a couple hours, he was much better. Still doing a little bit, but mostly he's over it.
He's okay.
Poor guy. But we'll check this stuff out with you. Low light image enhancement. It's a gorge.
You can't really get the perspective of how
No, even with
high
this
up
thing.
it is.
It's a nice little park here. Right. Usually I put still shots in chronologically. This time I'm just going to dump them after the video and put some music. Hope you enjoy.
There's a lot of people out today because it's a nice day. It's not hot, but it's a nice day. Yeah. Looks like they're trying to wade these rapids. There's a big hawk up in that tree right up there.
Where is it?
Up in there, up in one of these trees right there. It's very bumpy. It's like a dinosaur's back. Because if you take this trail far enough further than we're going to go, you get to the end of the park and the trail keeps going. There's signs, you know, that say...
It just keeps following the river.
Yeah. But then that trail is like, gets less and less till it's almost nothing.
Yeah.
We can come back again and go down the other part if we haven't been there before.
That's okay. We've done that before.
Have we? Down by that building? Alright. Alrighty. Stop recording. Okay. It's pretty here. Even for Ohio. You come down this way, the trail has changed. The ground is easy to walk on. It's not stumbly. Pretty wide open. The river's still rivering. It's a little Miami. I don't know if I've done this section yet. I think where the trail we should see is bigger. I don't know. It could just be going around that rock, I think. It's just people going around that rock.
And it's connecting to GPS.
Let's follow this. Follow this. Don't fall. Climbed up that side of the ravine. We didn't show you that because we were complaining a little bit. No, we weren't complaining. We're just breathing loud.
You're in better shape than me. I'm huffing.
We want to go that way. Get back to the road. Well, this actually leads us all the way back to where we're going. So, we'll see. Blue. John Bryan State Park. Check. We went and saw it. We got 8, 9, 10, 20, a million steps in today. Go back to work. Talk to you later. It ain't the Ute, but it's pretty. Alright, you guys, the four of you, live your lives. 2, 4, 5 of them.
I know this video is spring in Ohio.
They're drifting down the river, go to Miami. The other one's calling them, telling them to come back. Hey, come back! This one here saying, come on, we're leaving. There's a big hawk, I think. Everything's a hawk if it's not a bald eagle, seagull, or crow. I call it a hawk. Or, you know, like little birds, like blue jays and stuff. Birds of prey, I only know a few. Yeah, I think that's a turkey vulture. Is that the same one? I don't think that's the same bird. Did you see it land there?
Yes, I did.
Okay. The tiniest of waterfalls. Tiny waterfall. Go down to the edge. Hold on. When you're packing up to move, you find a lot of weird crap, so let's get to packing. Okay, I busted one. That's a Billy Beer can. These are other Billy Beer cans. Mostly empty. I looked them up. They're really not worth anything, so what I'm going to do, hold on. Sometimes what you have to do is throw things away. Then you find stuff you don't know what to do with. Some would call this a family heirloom, but luckily my niece wanted it, so she'll get these. But then there's other stuff that people have always kept forever because they thought it was worth something that nobody wants anymore, so thrift store. That part of moving can be a little sad, but look, the UP was still frozen when we left. Look, an actual moving truck, but that's not the moving truck. More about that later, but you know, you're moving, you need a truck. All right, YouTubers, see, I'm preparing to move and been fighting and figuring out which truck to rent. And what I did is I put a spot out, and they're 6 feet wide. So if you see over there, I put a piece of tape showing me where 6 feet wide is. The roof is 6 feet high. I put a mark there. And I had an option of getting a 12-foot truck or a 16-foot truck. And I've been fighting with myself because most of the junk I have isn't worth saving. To be honest, I got a lot of junk. So going with the 12-foot truck. Got a really good deal. Budget. You should check out Budget. Better than U-Haul. The only problem is I had to hire a couple guys to help me load the truck because I don't want to hurt myself. There's just some stuff, just a few pieces that I can't do by myself, so you can hire people by the hour. So hopefully it just takes 1 hour. This is the voice's handiwork. She's like a guru when it comes to woodworking and all that kind of cool stuff. She took it in high school. She always brags. All right, YouTubers. So the reason this video and the reason this trip and the reason this everything is I'm leaving Ohio. So we've been here a couple weeks and I haven't really shown you hardly anything of trying to get this place packed up, but that's the vast majority of it. And I did another video that I have to find where I measured out the floor to see what size truck I was going to get and all that happy stuff. And I decided to go with the smallest truck because so much of this stuff has been here for years and still in the boxes from when I moved here. And the whole back of my garage had boxes that when I moved here and paper and all that kind of stuff, and we went and got more boxes. And the reason why I had so many good boxes was because when I moved here it was going to be 4 months, 6 months I thought, because you've seen it before, because I'll show you. Because of this thing. I was going to live in this thing. And that was many years ago. And the guy I'm renting from is a friend of mine I've known for years. And I had to tell him I've lived here longer than I've lived any place in my life. And I planned on being here for 4 to 6 months. So it's time to keep working. I'm going to make it. But I had to hire some people to help me load the truck because I just can't do it by myself. There's some stuff that's just too heavy. I can't do it alone. And the voice isn't able to lift some of this stuff. So that's cheap. But if you're going to get a truck, go to Budget. There's probably going to be more about that in this video. But I got to get back to work, finish this stuff off. Lots of stuff going to the thrift store. Lots of stuff being sold. Facebook Marketplace is not as cool as I once thought it was. People are really difficult sometimes. Everybody shows interest and then they like ghost you. I don't know. It's weird. All right, back to work. Stop fiddling around. Because I promise it hasn't been all Costco trips and Popeyes and walking through the woods and stuff like we put in this video and cat stuff. It's been a lot of this, a lot of it. And if you haven't moved in a long time and you've held on to a lot of stuff and those of you that have watched a long time used to watch my thrift store videos. I don't know that I was a hoarder, but I was pretty darn close. And I got the sore back and trash cans to prove it. So. All right, one good thing, since back here, Eddie fired up like boom right away. Sat out here for months in the cold and putting the battery back from the house into the van. It's not as clean as I would like it to be, but it's going back in. Stuff happens. All right. These latches are old. Everything on this fan is old, so it's going to get some of that. Still going, but hey, how long's it been now? I don't even think I've washed this since I got back. And look at that hood. Repainted it with turbo spray. Still looks pretty good. There's a big shadow on it, but you can't see. Looks pretty darn good. Yeah. Head north soon. Come back and get you, Eddie, I promise. Sometimes it's better to give to the thrift store than buy from the thrift store. That is an old laptop and it is no more. See, there's a buttload of stuff. I told you I don't remember anymore. I'm really tired. It's been a lot of work trying to get this done because I have a lot of stuff and I've tried to weed out some stuff, but you keep stuff. Anyways, budget trucks are cheap to rent. Problem is, when I spoke to the woman over there, they've had a problem of you show up on the day you reserved your truck and they don't have a truck. We drove by there tonight on the weekend and it looks like, as she said, I should have a truck. Shouldn't be an issue. Yay. So I got the bigger truck, the 16-foot truck, so I could take all the stuff. And got another day to try to clean up and get stuff ready. And then Monday morning, we're going to start packing this thing up. I'm going to head up north. And eventually, I'll get a video done. I didn't show a lot of this stuff because it's just us working and working and working. And that's how life goes, you know? But I'm excited to go up to the Yup, and hopefully it will all go well. Hopefully the truck will run all the way, because not only are we going up to the banana belt in the UP along Lake Michigan, there's no, other than U-Haul, the other ones, Penske and Budget, there's nowhere to return a truck in the UP. So this truck will be going to Green Bay, where they were just having the NFL draft. Luckily, we're going to Milwaukee as soon as we get back, so I'll get up there. The next day, I'll unload the truck, and then we will head off to Green Bay to turn this in on our way to Milwaukee. So maybe there will be more videos, but I hope you've enjoyed this so far. One of these days, I might get to where people actually want to watch my videos. It's tough making these videos when only a couple hundred people look at them, but hopefully we'll start doing some camping again soon. It'll be a van life channel that's always going to be more of a vlog, and it's not going to look like I work for the Travel Channel or anything like that. It's going to be my way of doing stuff, and like I said, hopefully a few people will enjoy it. All right, so I'll keep doing these until I don't want to do them anymore, I guess. You know, I'm not doing it for the views, obviously, because we don't get that many views, but until then, I hope you enjoyed. Let me see if I can find a picture of Cat. Get back to work and then get some sleep, and hopefully drive this truck up to the Yup pretty soon. Have a great and wonderful day.